The galaxy had never seen defeat like this. The Varrock swarm consumed star systems one by one, leaving only ash and orbiting clouds of metallic dust where civilizations once stood. Their ships were living creatures, armored, screaming, and impossibly fast. Every empire had tried to fight them. Every empire had failed. The war wasn't collapsing. The war was already lost. And that was before the humans arrived. Beginning, the last meeting of the free species. The grand chamber of the Allied Council flickered as power shortages rippled through the station. Hundreds of delegates, scaled, furred, tentacled, plated, gathered in exhausted silence. Only 10 systems remained free. 10 systems, out of the thousands that once lit the star maps. Councillor Velith pounded his staff. "We must evacuate to the dark zones," he said. "Scatter. Hide. Survive however we can." Murmurs rippled through the crowd. "No," another shouted. "We fight." "With what fleet? With what soldiers? We are out of time." The chamber descended into hopeless argument. That was when the human representative stood up. Ambassador Leanne Carter wasn't tall or imposing. She looked weak compared to the armored giants around her. But her voice carried with the weight of someone who had already accepted the truth. "Friends," she said, "the swarm cannot be beaten with fleets. Their biology adapts faster than our weapons evolve." "That is why we run," someone shouted. "But," Carter continued, raising a hand, "there is one species you have not asked for help." The room hushed. Because everyone knew who she meant. The species no one dared call. The species exiled to the edges of the galaxy. The species said to be dangerous even to allies. The Morikai. Every delegate shuddered at the name. "They are monsters," someone cried. "They eat warships. They drain stars. They don't obey treaties. They are worse than the swarm." Carter nodded calmly. "Yes. And that is why we need them." The room erupted again, but she shouted over the crowd. "We don't need morality. We need survival." Silence. Finally, Councillor Velith spoke, voice trembling. "If we call them, there is no going back." Carter looked at him with tired eyes. "Velith, we have no back left." And so the vote was cast. By a whisper-thin majority. They called the one species everyone feared. The summons, lights in the dark. The signal was sent into the void, using ancient frequencies older than any known empire. No one knew where the Morikai lived. No one knew how they heard the signal. But they always did. 3 days later, every star in the system flickered. A low vibration rolled through space, like the groan of a dying universe. Council delegates clutched their seats as gravity spasmed. Then a shadow appeared. Not a ship. A void. Something darker than space itself tore through the system's edge. It rippled like liquid night, absorbing starlight until the sun dimmed. Whispers filled the chamber. "They've come. Stars help us. Why did we agree to this?" A humanoid silhouette emerged from the darkness, tall, smooth-skinned, glowing faintly with blue cracks of energy. Its eyes were white suns, emotionless and calm. It stood in the council chamber without crossing the distance. It simply appeared. The Morikai emissary spoke. "You called us." Its voice wasn't sound. It was vibration. It echoed through bone and metal. Ambassador Carter bowed. "Yes. The swarm is days away from consuming the final free worlds." The emissary tilted its head. "We warned you long ago. Your empires relied on steel, fire, and plasma. The swarm cannot be burned with such tools." Carter swallowed. Will you help us? The Morikai being did not smile. They never smiled. We do not help. Delegates gasped in fear. We end threats. Middle, the price of salvation. The Morikai emissary raised its hand. A small sphere of swirling light formed, a miniature star. This is the price, it said calmly. A sun. Counselor Velith stumbled back. You want a star. One of your choosing. A system abandoned. A system doomed. A system you no longer need. The chamber erupted in panic. That's insane. They'll collapse our roots. They'll destroy what's left. They'll betray us. But humans? Carter only asked one question. How much time does it buy us? The emissary replied instantly. Enough. Silence again. Heavy. Terrifying. Finally, Carter spoke. Give them Theta 9. Delegates froze. Theta 9 was a dying red dwarf system, nearly worthless. But it was a sun. It's already failing, Carter said. If the Morikai want it, let them have it. Reluctantly, the others agreed. The emissary extended a hand. Then the pact is complete. The lights flickered. The station trembled. And in a blink, the Morikai vanished. The swarm's arrival, hopeless fire. 3 days later, the sky tore open. The Varrock swarm descended like a storm of living nightmares. Their biomechanical ships screeched through space, wings slicing through debris clouds. Their tendril cannons spat liquefied metal. Their armored hulls twisted and heeled as weapons struck. The Allied fleet launched every remaining ship. Human destroyers. Xeran cruisers. Tulloch spiked carriers. Varesh teleshields. Jath pulse frigates. Thousands of vessels. All firing. All dying. Within hours, the first defensive line collapsed. Within 5, the second. Counselor Velith watched the screens in horror as world after world fell. We have failed, he whispered. But Ambassador Carter shook her head. No. We bought time. For what? He demanded. For them. The sky goes black. The Morikai return. Every sensor went critical at once. The stars blinked out. Not dimmed, vanished. As if something enormous had swallowed their light. The swarm stopped firing. Even they felt it. A ripple spread through space, bending starlight like water. The void tore open, and out of it came dozens, then hundreds, of Morikai warforms. They did not have hulls. They did not have engines. They were shaped like armored beings, colossal, each one the size of a flagship, made of folded gravity and stolen starlight. Each one carried a piece of the sun they had taken from Theta 9. And then, the Morikai unleashed their weapon. The Starfall Strike. A beam of white-blue radiation erupted from the first Morikai. Not plasma. Not laser. Not antimatter. A focused, weaponized shard of stellar core. When it hit the swarm, the front line evaporated into glittering particles. No explosion. Just instant erasure, like ink wiped from a page. Another Morikai fired. Another swarm cluster disappeared. Then 20 fired. 100. 1,000. The Varrock screamed, an otherworldly howl that echoed across subspace. Their ships twisted and melted, unable to adapt. Their organic armor dissolved. Their living engines imploded. Within minutes, half their forces were gone. Within an hour, all that remained were drifting husks. Within 2 hours, the swarm's queen ship attempted to escape. The largest Morikai appeared beside it, one hand resting gently on the monstrous creature. You consumed life, the Morikai whispered. And so we consume you. Light flashed. The queenship vanished. The swarm ended. Just like that. Ending, the price paid, the future won. The Morikai returned to the council a final time. The threat is gone, the emissary said. Our debt is complete. Councillor Velith trembled. Ambassador Carter remained steady. What will you do now? She asked. Return to the dark between stars, the emissary replied. To wait for the next threat that must be ended. Carter stepped forward. Why help us? Why save us when everyone feared you? The Morikai tilted its head again. Fear does not bother us. But extinction does. It began sinking back into the shadow. And humans, it added without turning, you were the only species unafraid to ask. Then the void swallowed it. The galaxy was silent. Then Councillor Velith whispered, Humanity saved us by calling the monsters. Carter shook her head. No, she said quietly. Humanity saved us because we weren't afraid to choose hope, even when hope frightened everyone else. The war was over. The galaxy survived. And every race learned a truth they would never forget. When the war was lost, only one species had the courage to call the ones everyone feared. And that courage saved them all.